and all ready to go.
Thank you very much. Good evening, everyone. And again, my apologies for my tardiness. I want to welcome everyone to the Commerce. I like to call the meeting to order. You see, I took 1 month off and I forgot what I'm doing. I like to call the meeting to order. The next item on the agenda is the road call. Vacation is a good thing, right? Yeah. Chair Prasad present, or June Prasad. Adele Bennett. Adele Bennett. Thank you. George Tate. George Tate. Okay. Margarita Vigilante. Margarita Vigilante. Brady Castor asked to be excused. Sonia Clark. Sonia Clark. Alison French Kenton. Someone tried to say something, I couldn't hear you. Alison French Kenton. Cheryl Sanders. No, I can't hear you. Who's speaking?
I am not seeing anyone. Let me
Okay,
see.
but you're hearing echoing, right?
I'm hearing an echo.
Yeah.
I'm gonna mute just unmute yourself, June.
Okay. Okay, can you hear me, guys, again?
Yes.
All
We're
right.
hearing you.
Thank you. Cheryl Sanders.
Everyone mute and unmute. Answer, mute.
Cheryl Sanders. Okay. Ozzy Lewis. Ozzy Lewis. Simone Sylvester.
Good evening, President.
Thank you, Simone. Ivor Woods.
I'm present.
Thank you, Ivor. Dan McCain. Danielle McCain. Danielle McCain. Maybe not here yet. Hazel Martinez.
Present.
Thank you. Celia Bedding.
She has a death in her family. She's away.
Okay. Tawara Bakari. Tawana. I always call her name wrong.
I'm Victoria Williams, representing Salsa NYC.
1 second, ma'am. We're doing a roll call right now. Janelle Howard. Janelle Howard. Francis Pell. Francis Pell.
Present.
Thank you, Francis. Lena Ferguson.
Lena Fenderson, present.
Sorry, Len.
No worries.
Lisa.
Present. Lisa Lanuzzi, present.
Thank you, my dear. Everton Welch. Everton Welch. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We don't have quorum yet. Okay. However, we will proceed and hopefully the others will join us. Okay.
Do I need to mark myself present?
You are who?
Julian Linton.
No, you're an applicant. This is
Okay.
for the committee members. Okay?
Okay.
I will call on you and then you let me know whether you're here. Well, I can see you here, but
Okay.
all right, moving right along. The next item on the agenda is the chairperson's report. Once again, good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Commerce Committee of CB17 for the month of March. A special welcome to our guest speaker, Ms. Christine from Green Power Associates. Tonight we have 6 liquor applications to process. We have no cannabis application because OCM has put a freeze on application until April because of the 6,000 applicants they received. Today I was on a Zoom call regarding the Dine Out NYC program. There are 2 types of application, the sidewalk cafe and the roadside cafe. The fees are $1,050 for both application with a security deposit of $2,500. This is for a 4-year term. The time that these sidewalk yes, they refer to them as sidewalk cafe, will be from April 1st to I think it's November 1st. I didn't get that date right, but I'm going to get it correctly. But it is November, whether it's the end of November or the 1st of November. And after those time, they have to remove those sidewalk, the roadside and sidewalk stuff, and store them away. The roadside one, not the sidewalk, sorry. I'm not sure if the Commerce Committee will be processing these applications because it's a DOT issue. But I just wanted to get on the call due to, information purposes, that he could probably benefit some of the restaurant. I will also talk to the chair to find out how he wants to proceed in terms of, which committee handles what. All right, that ends my report. I'll open the floor if anyone have any questions for me.
I have a question. My hand is up.
Go right ahead. I could. Okay, go ahead. Mhm.
So my question is, I guess, what's the difference between a sidewalk and a roadside?
That's a very good
Cafe.
question.
Yeah, yeah.
So a sidewalk cafe, sort of self-explanatory. It's on the sidewalk of itself. The
Okay.
roadway are the ones that are occupying the public street, like parking space, etc. That's a new program that the city has introduced, right? And that's the one that has to be removed, I think, after November.
Okay. Thank you.
You're very welcome. Any other question? If I don't see your hand, please let me know that there's a question because I, sometimes can't see. All right, moving right along. Is our presenter here? Christine, are you here? Yeah, I see her. Christina?
I've been muted. Oh, can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you now.
Hi.
This time I will open the floor to our presenter, Miss Christine Procolam. Am I pronouncing your name correctly? I'm so bad with it.
That's okay. That's
okay, I got close enough. The floor is
okay.
open to you.
Okay, great. I'm just going to share my screen really quickly. Okay. So are you able to see that? I'm sorry.
Yes, I am. Mhm.
Okay, wonderful. Okay, so I just first let me say thank you for giving me the opportunity and some of your time tonight. I know we all have a lot to do this evening, so I appreciate your time. My name is Christina Procolam, and I am a project manager here at Green Power Associates. We are a home performance contractor based in Brooklyn, and we basically insulate houses. We are BPI certified, which means that we're not only BPI certified, we're BPI Gold Star certified. So most of our team is certified in building science. We all have accreditations to perform energy audits and install insulation into houses. So we work with a couple of different programs throughout the city. One that we work with very closely is called NYSERDA. It's the state-funded program that provides energy efficiency services. And two of their programs are Empower Plus, that's for the low to moderate income New Yorker, and Comfort Homes, which is for anyone that is a little bit above those income brackets. We also work with National Grid with their Heat Long Island program. Con Edison has great incentives that they are rolling out this year for all New Yorkers. It doesn't matter what kind of heating system you have, as long as you are a Con Edison customer, you could receive services. And we also work with PSE&G out in Long Island to get incentives for Long Island customers out there. We do service areas throughout the 5 boroughs, as well as Long Island and Westchester. And we primarily work with single family homes, 2 to 4 family homes, and some multifamilies. We're breaking into those areas now. But a lot of those programs that I just mentioned have specifics for single family homes. There are great incentives. If you are income qualified for any of those programs, you can receive a lot of different programs depending on what your house needs. So some of the services that we offer are energy audits, air leakage tests or blower door testing. Of course, we install insulation and air sealing. We do provide some minor heating system repairs and moisture control throughout the house. So what to expect when you call us for any kind of services. So first is a phone or an email consultation where we're just getting to know you, getting to know what your house is like, the history of the house, what the structure is, what your areas of concern are, and what programs you may be eligible for. Then we're going to ask you to submit any documentation. Typically with certain programs, especially the income-based programs, they need to see pay stubs, energy usage documents, proof of ownership. And then there's the approval process where, depending on any of the programs, typically it takes 2 to 4 days. And once that process is done, that's where, you know, the fun part happens. You get to meet our great team. Our auditor, Henderson, comes out to the house. He does a full walkthrough with you. We are assessing the house from top to bottom. So we're looking for any insulation needs, air sealing needs. Is your heating system running efficiently? And most importantly, we're looking for any health and safety concerns. Are there any gas leaks in the house? Are there any moisture issues? Is the house ventilated properly? And are there any issues with combustion in your heating system? And then once we do that walkthrough, which usually takes an hour with our auditor, we compile all that data, we send you out a report, a home energy assessment report, and then we link you to whatever programs we think will offer you the best incentives. And then if you are ready, we get straight to work. Usually this timeline after the approval process goes pretty quickly. It's about probably a week or 2 turnaround time, depending on you know, if all the documentation and approvals have come in. So I just wanted to take some time to take any questions because it's a lot of information and maybe some people have heard about insulation or energy programs, but they're not sure if it qualifies. And let me just point out that also it's not only geared towards homeowners. We do have, and we partner with some programs that also do commercial buildings as well. So I'm happy to take any of questions that you may have right now.
What about cost?
That's a good question. So it depends on the programs. So Empower Plus is the income-based program, and if you are income qualified for that program, you could receive the incentive of up to $10,000 towards your project. For Comfort Homes, it's about $2,500 towards your program, and Con Edison, depending on your heating system type and your house type, anywhere between $1,000 and $4,000 towards incentive. But your overall project really depends on what you're looking for in your house. Do you want your attic insulated? Are we looking at attic and walls? Are we installing any ventilation? Are we air sealing more than just the attic? You know, is the heating system included in your project? So the overall cost of each project, you know, it goes house to house. It really depends.
There's a question in the chat. Do you do solar?
We don't do solar right now as a company, but the program NYSERDA offers really great incentives. So I can definitely put you through to that program and their incentives. I'll leave that in the chat.
Okay. The floor is still open to any other questions for Ms. Christine.
Okay, so again, if you or anyone you know is interested in any of these services, please give me a call, visit our website, or feel free to email us, and we can do a free consultation and see if you qualify for any of these programs.
Okay, I want to thank you, Christina, for coming out tonight.
Great, thank you.
Yes, we have a very low attendance tonight. We normally have more. But I want to thank you, and feel free to drop off the call so we can take care of some other.
Yeah,
Who
no
has her
problem at
hands
all.
up for the question? Maybe
Who's
for
that?
Christine.
Go
Adele?
ahead.
Sure.
Adele? Okay, Adele, go ahead. Sorry. Mhm.
Hi, yes, I'd like to know, are there any age limits or age specifications like for programs for seniors directly?
So there's no age requirements for any of the programs, but what I will say is that if you are retired and on a fixed income, more of the incentives go your way. So they are geared towards helping people who are on SNAP or HEAP, or any kind of assistance, especially Empower Plus is going to see that applicant as more approval process, more of an incentive towards that house because they are on a fixed income. So you're
Okay,
more
thank
likely
you.
to get approved for that program.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Just in case I missed anyone, is there anyone else hands up or anyone else has a question? Feel free to
I have one more question.
Sure, go ahead. Just state
So,
your name. Mhm.
if you come in and you do the insulation, you may make some, damages to walls and so on. Who's responsible for repairing those?
Oh, that's a really good question, sir. The way that it works with wall insulation is we make these small 2.5-inch diameter circles into every bay of the wall. So there's these really small holes that we pump the insulation in. And then we will plug up the holes with these wooden plugs that are the same diameter as the hole we made, and then we'll plaster. The only thing that we don't do as a company is sand and paint. So we do close up any of the holes that we make. Any kind of incisions, including in the attic, we will plaster and compound and make sure we close up any of the holes. The only thing we don't do is make it paint ready. Yeah. Mr. Simone Sylvester, I think that he or she had their hand up.
Yes, I did. So my question is, does it matter if your house is attached to another house? Is that something?
It may be less work, but no, it does not mean that you are not qualified or you can't do any kind of insulation work. So if you're connected to both sides, those are firewalls. So we are not going to touch those walls. We leave those intact. So we will not insulate those walls, but we will insulate the unattached walls, the front and the back of the house. If there's any extensions, and the attic, if there's ceilings on the extensions, we will recommend for those kind of areas to be insulated.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay.
All right.
Is it safe to say we have no more questions? Okay.
All right.
Please take Christina's information. I think she put something in the chat as well.
I put the solar information for
Adele?
the person that was in, and I'm gonna just quickly just type in my information into the chat as well so that you have it.
Fair enough.
And then I will leave you to it.
No worries. I want to thank you once again for coming out tonight.
Yeah, thank you.
Appreciation, and I do hope this was informative to the members of the Commerce Committee, or maybe to a family member or someone else that they know can use the services.
Yeah, thank you so much for your time, everyone. Thank you, Ms. Prasad, for giving me the opportunity. And please feel free to reach out to me if you need any help or assistance with any of these programs.
Thank you again.
Alrighty, have a good night, everyone.
Have a good one. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Okay, did anyone else join the call since I did the roll call? I think I see Alison French Kenton. Anyone else join us?
Yes, Marguerite.
Margarita, thank you, Miss Margarita. Anyone else? Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'm still one more to quorum. I missed the minutes. Sharif, what's the status on the minutes? Do we physically get a minutes? Because I don't.
Okay, you are the only one that whose minutes have not yet been completed. I
Well, I am
finally
so
received.
lucky.
I finally received the last set just yesterday. And
Okay.
as we speak, I'm getting ready to submit yours so we can have all your minutes for your next meeting.
No
All
problem.
right,
Thank
so
you.
that is going to be completed for your next meeting.
No problem. Thank you.
Okay.
Excuse me. I noticed Detective Skinner on the call. Detective Skinner.
Not everyone.
Yes. I bring greeting. Please bring greetings from the 67th precinct to us.
Just giving some updates. Not everyone. Detective Skinner from the 6-7 Community Affairs Office. Very short report tonight. We basically went a full 77-day streak. We actually broke that streak, unfortunately, with a homicide that happened on Saturday. This past weekend was pretty busy. We took a shooting on East 89th and Ditmas. Apparently, the event, the club over there was closing up, and we don't know if altercation took place outside because the club was already closed.
Which club is that, sir?
That was Trends.
Trends? Okay, gotcha. Mhm.
Yeah, we don't know if it took place, argument ensued inside, or it happened outside because the club team guys was over there monitoring all the clubs, and when they had passed by at the time, the gates were down and like the staff were cleaning up, and apparently a young man was shot and killed.
Sorry to hear that.
So that was unfortunate. On Saturday, we also took another homicide on Rockaway. It was like a dispute. Tow truck driver and person getting a car towed. And the person that was getting a car towed, he tried to jump up on the tow truck driver's door to open it, and the tow truck driver like punched him, and the guy fell and hit his head, and that was that, unfortunately. So this past weekend we were pretty busy back and forth going out. And then we also had the police involved shooting yesterday, where it was a young man. He apparently he was chasing two victims up 57th Street, broad daylight, like around 6 o'clock, and he was shooting at both victims openly, and he was chasing them for approximately 2 or 3 blocks. And when the unmarked unit, which basically had the CRT team, the community response team, they basically pretty much rolled right into the shooting. Unfortunately, the young man died, but they saved the other 2 lives of the other 2 people that was getting shot at. So this week was pretty much a big week, pretty busy week for us. Don't have much as far as anything as other crimes that has been going up so far. Knock some wood on that. We have a decrease in some of like the grand larcenies and stuff that we've been coming across, and property crimes as far as burgs, we saw a decrease in that as well too. That's it. I don't have much tonight on my report.
Okay, floor is open. If anyone has any questions for Detective Skinner, please speak now. Just a friendly reminder, but those.
Margarita and Adele, hands up.
Okay, sure. Thank you, Sharif. 1 minute. Detective Skinner, just a reminder what we spoke about, okay? Whenever you
Yes, what do you call it? I actually passed over there Saturday.
Okay.
When I passed over there, I saw a bicycle that was on the sidewalk. I didn't see a scooter. And
no, they're not scooters, they're motorcycles.
Well, when I passed over there, I saw,
Oh, I think I know what you're talking about. A green one, correct?
yeah, that's like a Vespa. Yeah, apparently.
Right. So there's two others, but they're gone during the day, but they're coming late in the evening, and there's some more on the other side of the
Right.
street.
So
That's
when I
right.
had passed by, I what do you call it? I saw a bicycle actually on the sidewalk the time I passed by.
Okay, fair enough.
When
All
I
right.
had passed by earlier today,
Mhm.
I saw a green scooter, but I think that might be an e-bike. I'm not too sure.
Oh, I
But
don't
it
know.
wasn't it wasn't on the sidewalk when I saw it. Like I said, I know these are different times. I'm just going for
Right.
different times.
Fair enough. Yeah, because you see, remember I sent you the pictures, correct?
Right.
Mhm.
So I
All
spoke
right.
to the NCOs and he told me he's gonna monitor them as well.
Fair enough.
Because he
Mhm.
said that he wasn't, obviously we'll, bring it to our attention that obviously people are parking up on the sides.
Yeah, we have like 6 of them around what I told you. All right, I'll open the floor to Adele or Margarita. I'm not sure who was first. If it doesn't really matter, someone can just speak.
Hi, I'll speak first if Adele doesn't mind.
Really was first.
Okay, yes, I'm Detective Skinner. I still like to know what's going on with Lotus Lounge and why it's still open when it's doesn't have a liquor license, and I don't understand what the hesitation is to close that place down.
So again, I know this is. I'm sorry to say, I'm just gonna be quite blunt. It's a conversation that we're going in circles with.
I know, and that's why I don't understand why. If they're
But again,
I know you keep saying what you keep saying, but
right.
there has to be some other reason why you can't
Give them
close
a
that
chance.
place down.
Give them a chance to answer you. Yeah.
I
No,
will.
what I'm saying is I explained to you before that when it was easier to nuisance and abate a place.
Yes, I
get a
know.
place shut down, right?
Right.
It's not easy anymore to do that.
I know, but so what do we have to do? It does, because it's not easy doesn't mean it can't be done.
I'm
So I'm
gonna be
trying to
honest with you.
find out what we have to do.
I'm gonna be honest with you. A lot of the procedures and laws change. So a lot of procedures and laws change. I mean that we have to work within that realm.
I know, but I understand that, but a law is a law. And if you're not supposed to operate a club without a liquor license, then they're breaking the law. So that law has not changed. You're still not supposed to operate a club without a license.
You're right about that,
There
Miss
has to be a
Vigilante.
way. There has to be a way to do this. And I want to know what it is.
You're absolutely right about that. But at the same time, too, if you get a summons for operating without a liquor license and the summons is paid, that's like you basically running a red light. Once you pay the summons, it basically take care of that. Like
Yeah, but they're not even getting summonses.
they are getting summonses because the club guys actually went over there this Saturday and issued summonses.
For operating without a liquor license?
Excuse me?
If you're getting summons for, if you go in there and they're operating without a liquor license, you're supposed to close them down, not give them a summons. They're supposed to be closed if they're operating without a liquor license.
It's a criminal court summons, Miss Vigilante.
Miss Vigilante, I think the SLA, back in the days when they used to do, trust me, I do want that place closed myself.
Because there's a lot of stipulations. We cannot do march operations like what we used to.
The march operation, they can't do that.
And this is
anymore.
this is not coming from the police department. This is whatever procedures and whatever things change, and we have to operate within that. And I mean, it's unfortunate. I understand.
I understand that, but so who are these rules coming from? I don't understand it. It's like if I commit a murder and the dead body's in my house and somebody tells you that there's a dead body in my house, you're not allowed to come in and get the dead body and arrest me. Like, I don't understand how you can let this illegal activity continue.
But you have to understand something too, Miss Vigilante. When the club guys are doing their inspections, if they do not see liquor, they can't just issue a summons for liquor. They have to have probable cause. They can't just go. They can't if there's no liquor bottles that is being present to when they
You're
walk
saying
into the
is that the case that you're telling me, that there's no liquor in there?
Miss Vigilante,
Margarita, you gotta allow him to answer.
I'm giving you an example.
I know, I understand that, but what I'm saying is, you've gone there and you don't see, not you.
Miss Vigilante, you're telling me you understand, but
I understand the example that you're giving me.
Right,
Let him speak, Miss Margarita. You can't not talk over him.
Answer this question first for me. Have you gone in there and not seen evidence of liquor? Is that what you're saying to me?
Yes, Miss Vigilante, because they have other events there. Everything is not just a party.
They are open every Friday from 11 to 4 a.m. in the morning, every Saturday from 11 to 4 a.m., and every Sunday from 4 p.m. to 9 p.m. They cannot be operating nights a week without a liquor license. It's impossible. And then it's a club. They're not having like Sweet 16 parties in there. It's a club. There's liquor in there. I don't understand this.
Have you been in there personally, Ms. Vigilante?
I haven't been in there personally, but I've been right there. So I know what's going on there.
Okay.
I live down the block. I see people coming and going. I know what's going on there. I mean, should I go in there and take pictures? Do I have to go in there and actually be the person that finds this out? Isn't that your job?
Well, we have
I'm
a club team.
I'm a citizen, and I'm a neighbor, a resident of this block. It's not my responsibility to go in there and find that out.
Well, we have a club team as Vigilante, and I've mentioned this numerous times that they do inspections on the licensed establishment and the illegal establishments. I've mentioned this numerous times on this forum.
No, you've mentioned it, but there's no resolution to it. They're operating illegally, and there's no way we can do anything about it.
Ms. Vigilante, these are considered event halls.
I don't care what they're considered. It's not an event hall, and we all know that.
Ms. Vigilante.
There's no such thing as an event hall.
All right,
Ms.
Ms.
Vigilante. Event halls can be open from whenever, long as there's no liquor or no illegal activity.
Yes,
event halls can be open from.
I understand that, but that's not what's happening, and we all know
Ms.
that.
Vigilante, I understand you're frustrated and you're not hearing the answer that you want to hear, but there's times that we have gone in there and they have literally guys hanging out like with their cars, having like car shows in there, and there's no liquor in there.
Okay, there's no way to go with this.
They even had an event. There was even an event where the person had a display with upcoming hip hop artists, and we went in there because they had security, they had celebrities that came there, and there was no liquor in there. I'm telling you, I'm not saying that they don't have liquor because again,
nobody is open from 11 to 4 a.m. every night to 4 a.m. without liquor. We all know it.
All right, Miss Vigilante, you're not allowing Detective Skinner to.
It's okay. There's nothing else to say. I understand the point. It's fine.
I mean, trust me, I'm with you on this. I totally think it's a SORI in the community and it's unfair to the other licensed establishment. And there is something that needs to be done, but I understand there's the same thing going on with the unlicensed cannabis shops. The police hands are tied. They cannot go and just lock up shut down these shops because of all the new regulations that are going on. But we have to come up with some way. Maybe we have to send letters to, I'm not even sure who to send letters anymore to because, it's a lot of going on. But I will now entertain Ms. Adele's question and then Mr. Lewis. Adele, you have the floor.
Thank you. Thank you, Ms. Prasad. Good evening, Detective Skinner. Can you hear me?
Yes, you sound very low, but I can hear you.
Oh, okay. I hope you hear me better. Let's see. Okay, that's good. No, my question was in regards to the shooting that took place around the corner from me on Remsen at 57. I heard there were 2 people that they arrested for that shooting.
You talking about the one that took place yesterday?
Yes. And I was around, I'm on Kings Highway 91st. I'm like a block away.
Right.
Yeah. Thank God I wasn't home.
Well, they took someone into custody, but they took somebody into custody. But as far as the person that did the shooting, he got taken into custody.
Oh, he's out this world. He gone. That one they said died.
Right.
Yeah. But they said there was another person they arrested too.
Well, they took the person into custody for questioning because it was that it looked like it was a buildup from earlier.
You said it was from 2 blocks away?
Yes, he was chasing the 2 victims approximately like 2 blocks running and shooting.
I'm glad the police were there. But I'd like to know, are they going to do any quality of life issues, any quality of life, shall we say, arrests or anything in that area that they're going to go after?
Life in terms of what exactly?
Well, we got a lot of people, especially where I am, they start at Kings Highway, which is residential, and they turn it into commercial. They walk in and out between the cars, selling whatever they have. And I've got pictures of several of them. One woman had a baby strapped to her back.
Yeah.
Talking about the street vendors?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's dangerous.
Yeah, there's a few times very well that when we see certain situations like that, we do address it. As far as, you know, whether the officer issues a summons or not, you know, as far as that, I don't know if they show discretion or not, but there's times where I have, like my partner and I, was on Kings Highway and Linden, that intersection. And is that the same intersection you're talking about, Adele?
No, I'm talking about Kings Highway and Remsen.
Well, that big intersection, Kings Highway, Linden, right?
That's the same thing.
Right. Yeah, there's times where, you know, I've seen you know, people vending and like children there, and you know, I told them they couldn't do that. But as far as, you know, issuing summonses for that, it's really up to the officer if they're gonna issue that or they're gonna show discretion. There's a few things that come with that as well.
Yeah, because I think they've been doing discretion too long. I think they need to issue the summonses. Also, on Kings Highway and 91st Street, they keep blowing that red light. I was crossing the street today coming home, and about 4 cars just kept on going through a standing red light.
Okay. Are you finished, Adele?
Yes, I'm finished. Maybe they can do
Okay.
something about that.
Mr. Lewis' hand is up.
Yeah,
Thank
thank you, Ms. Fraser. I did see him. Thank you. Mr. Lewis, you have the floor.
All right. So to address the issue with the club, the club or the car group or whatever down on 49th Street, I think last year or year before there was an incident in which the police came through and there's a hidden door or a door that connects the two businesses. There's a restaurant in front on Utica and Farragut, and there was an issue where one of the owners or somebody from that establishment got roughed up. So I think now the police is trying to maybe step back a little bit and minimize that, because that became a very big issue because they didn't know that that hidden door connects the two buildings together. I don't know if anybody remembers that. That was maybe
Yeah, I actually was at the
That was-
location. I was
yeah.
actually at the location that same night ordering
Yeah.
food.
'Cause
So I was
apparently
a witness. Somebody else is speaking. I was a witness to that. So the situation was, it's the same landlord that owns the complete building around Brattree and Lotus and Island Sea. It wasn't the 67 precincts. I want to make that quite clearly. It was something patrol. Correct me, Detective Skinner, if I don't remember who it was, because they were all having traffic vests on there, and they had a warrant for the owner or the establishment of Lotus. So they went into Lotus and they observed that there was a steel door between Island Sea and Lotus. Not knowing that belonged to a different establishment, they broke that door and they thought it was the same establishment and roughed up all Island Sea's staff. I think there's a lawsuit going on, because of that situation.
Right.
It was really bad. So, but that should not prevent them from.
so. But you do understand once you have that,
Mhm.
whether they outright or they would not, there might be someone that will tell them, well, listen, be mindful when you go there. Now, remember, we cannot go off of speculation, right? The only way to know if there's alcohol or not is if the police catches somebody in the act, whether they come outside drinking or bottles in their hand,
Right.
or whether they go inside. But they can't just get a warrant to just go into a place. They can't do that.
Mr.
There
Lewis?
has to be probable cause. They have to go
Correct.
through all of these different levels. So I want everyone to understand that, yes, it might be uncomfortable. It's undesirable. We understand that. But the only way we could really maybe try to address it is to address it with the owner of the establishment.
I
Whether it's-
actually,
whether it's-
one second, Mr. Lewis. I actually did that once. And the young man is very arrogant, I'm not gonna lie. And he said he's coming after us because we're going around spreading rumors that he doesn't have a license, and I know for a fact he does not. So I didn't want to have an argument. He's not someone you can actually reasonably talk to. However, One second. I want to address something I noticed in the chat that Miss Margarita says, and I think is totally incorrect. This is what I'm talking about. They are hiding the liquor next door. That is totally not true. The door was so strong that they actually break that door down. Those people, they do not hide anyone's liquor. They have a legal license, and it's not fair to make a comment like
No,
that.
I didn't mean, so there's two different things going on.
Okay.
I didn't mean the front, I don't mean the island.
I mean the other
Yeah,
place
restaurant.
next door.
There's another garage on the side there. And
But
you can
that's the
get in
same
there from
owner.
that.
Miss Margarita, that's the same owner for Lotus. He has the mechanic shop, and he
Right.
has that space, and there is a door. You're right. You are correct.
That's what I'm talking about.
Okay, got you. I wanted to make that point clear.
You're
Thank
absolutely right about that. And that
Yes.
and that garage, we brought the Department of Buildings in twice, and they actually put a nuisance in the bait where nobody could be in the garage because that garage is not established for dancing or having
Correct.
anybody in there.
Right, but it's open on the nights that the club's open. The doors are
Yeah.
open, so. And
So,
Adele is saying she saw them carrying bottles in there. So do we have to do our own like sleuthing here? I mean, should I get dressed up and go to
Lancy,
the
I
club?
never said that on nights that they don't have liquor. You're making
That's
it seem
true,
like
you
I'm
didn't
saying
say
they
that.
never have liquor because if
Yeah.
if they don't have liquor, our club team wouldn't be able to issue it. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is every night is that not every night you see them open is that it's a club function. This is what I'm
Yes,
trying to explain
well,
to you.
yes, it is, but that's semantics because we don't really know. But I know because I'm here. I see the loudness of the music. If it's an event like a party or something, it wouldn't be that type of music that loud. The type of people that are going in there, the way they're blocking off the dead end street for parking, it's all a club atmosphere. I'm old enough to know this and
Can I say
experienced
something? Can I
enough.
say
We all
something?
know it. And
Can I
so
say
this is all
something?
semantics.
Okay,
So
Can I say
should I
something?
get dressed up and go walk into the club and order a drink and
All
see
right,
if they
Miss
serve me?
Margarita,
Is
Miss
that what I should do?
Margarita. Miss Margarita,
Can I
I
say something?
acknowledge this is an issue. We have to probably put our heads outside of the box on this one because, but we cannot tie up the whole meeting. We have about 6 applications to process tonight. Mr. Ivor has his hands up, and I will give him the last comment, and then we have to move the agenda on. Okay, I know this is an issue, and trust me, it does bother me because I live in the neighborhood as well, and as my way home, I see this stuff happening.
Okay, thank you for recognizing me. We all see this stuff happening. And I just want us to be mindful, just because we're passionate about something doesn't mean that we can't be at fault or incorrect about what we perceive to be something else. And when you make comments like, I see the type of people, just because you see a certain type of people don't mean that they're doing unwarranted things.
I didn't say it that way. You're putting words in my mouth.
Well, let
no,
him
I'm
finish,
not.
please.
That's
Let
exactly
him finish one at a
let me
time.
finish. The other thing is to say that so I'm gonna throw my hands up and there's nothing we can do. Of course there's something you can do. You can file a report. You can file numerous reports, but be mindful that if you make a false statement about a corporation, a business, or someone, you're also liable for suit if you're found incorrect. Just be mindful. Just because you feel untoward towards the operation of their business and the times that they're open and the people that you see there, and you assume that they're drinking, doesn't necessarily mean that they are without proof. So just be mindful. I feel your passion and I hear your passion, but you have to temper that sometimes until there's evidence to follow that. That's all I have to say.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Ivor. I'm gonna move right along with the program. Thank you, Detective Skinner, for stopping by. We do appreciate you anytime. And we have to put our heads together to see how we can resolve this Lotus issue. Okay?
Yes.
Thank you very much. Liquor license applications. The first one up on the agenda, and I do want to go by the agenda, is Bistro 1804 INC, located at 3612 Clarendon Road. However, that application, if you guys remember, came before the Commerce Committee, I think, was it 2 months ago? And we did vote to approve that application. However, the general board did not have a quorum. So this is going back before the board tomorrow. So we don't have to vote on that application of the Commerce Committee. Is everyone okay with that? Because we had already voted on it. Can I get an answer? Yes, nay, whatever?
What was our vote on that, please?
That's fine.
What was
Yeah.
our vote on it? Do you know?
Okay, what was your question, Ms. Marguerite? I didn't hear
I said,
you.
what was our vote on it?
We vote to approve. It was a renewal.
Okay.
Yes, but we just didn't have quorum of the last two general board meeting to approve it. And I think it's a late renewal, so he requires a support letter. Okay, moving right along, the next item, I think, Mr. Julian, you are here, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Club Julian, bear with me. Okay, Club Julian is applying for a Club Julian INC, is located at 971 Rogers Avenue on the first floor, Brooklyn, New York, 11226. This application is for a full liquor license. It's a bar and tavern. He will have DJ, just DJ, security personnel. He's applying for a new application and a temporary retail permit. There is no, as per the police report, there's no incident for the first month. If you guys remember, Mr. Julian came before the Commerce Committee, I think sometime last year, for a beer and wine application. I'm not sure what was the status there, but he's now coming for a full liquor license. However, Mr. Julian, as for the research, do you have, it does show on the SLA website that there's a church within 117 feet of your establishment, which does not allow you to have a full liquor license. Can you give me an update on that church situation? Is it still there? What's the story?
What's the name of that church? Do you know?
It's called St. Anthony's Spiritual Baptist Church. There's some other church, but they're more than 200 feet. This one alone is between 117 feet as for the SLA website.
St. Anthony's.
I don't know what the address
Is
is.
Is it a legal registered church or is it just a storefront?
Well, it's on, I don't know. I didn't, I'm going according to the state.
Yeah, I think it's just a store. I think it's just a storefront. Don't think it's a legally registered church.
Can someone look it up? Look up the address. I mean, I don't have the address, but anyway, that's
one other thing on that subject too. Also is that remember that place was already my place was already licensed before.
Oh, so it's grandfathered in?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Fair enough. Because you were there before the church. That's a valid explanation. All right. So I will now open the floor up for Mr. Julian to tell us a little bit about this establishment.
Well, I had applied for the beer and wine license. I didn't apply. I actually applied to you guys for it. But I had some issues with because I was trying to do doing business as, and when I applied for that, there were some delays. I didn't get a reply until many months afterwards. Because I was going to do I was trying to do a DOB with a different name. But in the meantime, because most of my clients are going to be of my age, I'm pretty old. they really don't drink a lot of beer and wine. Most of those guys drink, you know, vodka. And so I had made the decision. I think I had spoken to you, June.
Yes.
The last time I told you that I think I'm going to go for the full license because I didn't want to open it and then I don't get the support from my people.
Got you.
Because my establishment is going to be more for like for mature people.
And you own
I
the
put
building,
down,
correct? You own the building, right?
Huh?
You own the building, correct?
I own the building, yes. The only reason why I put down dancing, because I know that Mayor Bloomberg had said he would allow dancing.
That is correct.
And I didn't want a situation where if I didn't put it down and somebody comes in and see someone dancing that I get a ticket, because that happened to me before when I had the bar
Okay,
there before.
you don't have recorded music nor karaoke. You're not planning to have those things?
Not really. I mean, I might add it. I don't know if I should add it just in case, but
You should, because they're going to make you do over the 30-day notice, and we can't add anything. So unfortunately, I'm just because it's better to have it there and not be fined than not to have it and be fined.
okay.
Anyway, I'm going to open the floor for questions to you.
So how do I add that now? How do I add it?
You will have to submit a new 30-day notice. If you don't do it now, the SLA is going to make you do it when you get your license.
So when you say submit a new one, like tomorrow?
Yeah, you can do
when it
that
comes to
tomorrow.
meeting?
Yeah.
Okay, we can do it. Okay.
Okay, are there any questions? It's just going to be a revised one, but we're going to
A revised one, okay.
Exactly, our amended one. The floor is open. I see Ms. Sylvester has her hands up. Go ahead, Ms. Sylvester.
I just wanted to know, is there food or is it just drinking?
Well, there will be the usual like finger foods. I don't have a kitchen like a restaurant. It's not going to be a restaurant, but I'll have prepared, you know.
So Ms. Sylvester,
hors d'oeuvres and so on. Yes.
just so you know, by law, any establishment that has a liquor license has to have food. So they have to have a prep area. Yeah. So if they don't, it's, they will be fined.
Yeah. So I do have the prep area, and I'm aware of that stipulation.
Okay. Are there any other questions?
Yeah, I was just wondering if you weren't going to have music and if you weren't going to have food.
I did say I was going to have music.
No. He has DJ, but he didn't have recorded music. No karaoke.
Oh, okay.
Yes. I saw they carry bottle in the building. This is that's thing. Adele, you have take your hands on Miss Sylvester. Adele, go ahead. You have the floor.
Yes, Ms. Bennett, committee member. I would like to find out exactly where that church is, because I just Googled it and it looks like there are two churches on that block.
Well,
one side.
Yeah, there's several churches, but the other ones.
Churches, they're all
They're over 200. Let me answer that, Ms. Queen, because I'm looking at the record here. It's the one in question is 117 feet. There's another one 202 feet, but that doesn't affect him. It's the one that's on the 200 feet. Okay.
Yes. You gotta check into that one though.
All right.
Thank
Trust
you.
me. Trust me.
As I said, I already had a license there before.
Yeah,
but not a liquor license. This is a new application for a liquor license.
I had a liquor license.
Yes, he had that establishment was liquor licensed many years ago, so he's grandfathered in. Yes. All right. Are there another question?
Yeah, I have a couple of questions.
Go ahead, Ms. Margarita.
Well, now I have another question because you just said he's grandfathered in, but I don't really understand that, because that would be if he already had a liquor license that was valid at this point, then he'd be grandfathered in. But he's getting a new liquor license, so he's not he can't be grandfathered in. That's not accurate. But that wasn't really my question. My question was, is your building the building that's next to the homes, or is it because I'm looking at the street view. Are you the building right next to the private home, or are you the next one after that?
It's a private home.
Yeah, this I'm looking.
I have homes on both. I have homes on both sides of my building.
There's homes on both sides, private homes or apartment buildings?
One is a private home.
Okay, so that's the building.
One is a two-family, and the next one is It's a storefront just like mine.
Okay, so
Storefront.
then I'm looking at the right building. Okay,
Yeah.
and so you own the whole building?
Yes.
But the establishment's just the first floor?
Yes.
And what's the occupancy there?
The occupancy there is like 70, 75 or something like that. Yeah.
75 people. And you don't have do you have a back area, an outside area?
I have a back area, but right now it is not enclosed, so I'm not listing that. I might do an amendment for that afterwards once I get it set up. But it's a just a little small area at the back. I don't know what I'm going to do with it yet.
Okay. And you have no complaints from your neighbors in the home next door?
No.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, Miss Margarita, I just want to bring a correction to you. If the licensed establishment has been there before the church has moved into the neighborhood, they are grandfathered in. Okay,
But it was a different licensed establishment.
that's not
No,
true.
the
He
same
was the
liquor
same
license.
owner.
Same owner.
He's the owner of the building, and he had the license way before that.
Okay.
All right. Moving right along. I don't think there's any more questions. I'll move to the next. We'll vote at the end of all the applicants. Okay. The next application is Clarkson Loft LLC. Give me a second. This is a renewal. They're located at 1018 Clarkson Avenue, Brooklyn, New York. It's a full kitchen menu catering facility. They're having recorded music. Is anyone representing this application before I go into details? Is anyone representing Clarkson Loft LLC? Are you present? I guess not. Going once. Is a representative here for Clarkson Loft LLC? All right. We can't process it if they're not here. Okay. The next item on the agenda is Chassis The Flavors LLC, located at 510 East 94th Street. This is a new application with a temporary retail permit located at 510 East 94th Street. I think I said that before, Brooklyn, New York. It's for a wine, beer, and cider. It's a restaurant with a full kitchen. Live music and recorded music is the request. The police report as follows. There's no incident at that location. And I think there is a church within 126 feet. However, that's probably why they're applying for a wine, beer, and cider application. I think Mr. Agard is the representative on this application. Mr. Agard, are you with us tonight?
Yes, good evening. I'm here.
Good evening. Would you like to give us any information on this application?
Yeah, this is they're going to focus a lot on takeout, but they also are providing comfort for those who want to stay and eat and have a drink. And they're doing the beer and wine, not because of the church. It's because it's just really more of a lunch spot.
Okay.
And so there was no need for it to go into anything more stronger than that. And like you said, it's 510 East 94th. That's between Church and Wilmore.
Okay, the floor is open for any questions for Mr. Agard.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear the name of this establishment.
Okay, the way it's actually pronounced is called Chase the Flavors.
It's the
Thank you.
It's the fourth one on the agenda. Okay, are there any other question? Hearing none.
Yes.
Oh, you have a question? Sorry, go ahead. Sorry, I
I
didn't
just
see
want
that.
to know the size, the capacity, the hours of operation.
The hours of operation are going to be 11 to 10, And that so far right now is just 6 days a week. They probably close on Tuesdays.
And the type of food they're going to be serving?
It's a fusion of Caribbean and American.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Okay.
Okay, I'll entertain one last question if there's any. Hearing none, we'll vote on this application at the end of the processing time. The next item on the agenda is Yoli's Caribbean Restaurant Corp. Are they here today? This is just a renewal. Is anyone representing Yoli's Caribbean Restaurant Corp. at 5722 Clarendon Road? Hearing none, we'll move to the last application. Please bear with me a minute. Okay. This application is called Salsa New York LLC. It's a new application with a temporary retail permit. They're located at 2912 Beverly Road, Brooklyn, New York, 11226. It's for a full liquor license. They have a full food kitchen. It's a restaurant. They'll be having DJ, recorded music. The police report no incident at this within the 1 year. It's a new application anywhere. They are within the guidelines of no church and yes. Is the applicant for this establishment on the call?
Yes, ma'am. Good evening, all.
Can you show your camera? Where are you?
I'm right here. Good
Oh,
evening.
you got to put your camera on if you're processing an application. I'm sorry.
Did I put it? I
Please.
pressed it. You can see me now?
No. Are you Victoria? Is that how you pronounce it?
Victoria.
No, we can't see you. Can anyone else? Oh, now I can see you.
You can see
All
me
right.
now?
Now I can see you now. Okay.
Okay.
Can you tell us a little bit about your establishment?
Yes, we're located at 2912 Beverly Road. I have several years of experience working in the food and beverage industry. So I felt now is my time to show the world my version of Mexican and Caribbean food and drinks. Please note, I will be the owner and operator, so I'll be around 90% of the time, and my doors are always open for any questions. We are more of a takeout restaurant than bar. We only have 8 indoor seats for customers dining. We will be planning outdoor seating for the summer to help with sales along with a lot of Latin and Caribbean music for our customers. The space there is 190 square feet, so it won't be any big sound system disturbing the neighbors. We are asking to close at 1 a.m. Sunday to Wednesday and 2 a.m. Thursday to Saturday.
Okay, I think you give us everything about that restaurant. Are there any questions? Once again, are there any questions for this applicant?
Yes.
Oh, but please, I can't see you. Sorry. Is
Can
that
you hear me?
Adele one?
Yes.
Go right ahead, Adele.
You should know my voice by now.
I know, I should. I know. Sorry, I don't want to call the wrong name and then I get in trouble.
No, she said the hours of operation again, because I didn't hear it, all of it.
The hours of operations that we're asking for is 1 a.m. Sunday through Wednesday and 2 a.m. Thursday through Saturday.
Ooh, that's long. From midnight, 1 a.m.? Okay. And you said there's only 8 seats, so I don't have to worry about that. And you said
Yes,
you're
we're
gonna
open
do
at 11
outside
a.m.
dining?
We're gonna be planning that during the summertime because it's really like a capacity of 27 people, so it's not too big.
Okay, that's not too bad. All right, thank you. That's all I need. Oh, you said something about music?
Yes, ma'am. And we're gonna open like 11 in the morning.
Outside music or inside music?
We're gonna do both.
Is it gonna be too loud for some of the neighbors in the area?
So it'll be inside music, but no, it's not gonna be too loud because we're gonna have to understand that we do have neighbors in the neighborhood.
All right. But we
So
gotta
it's
check on it.
It's Latin and Caribbean. So we're giving the best of both flavors.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
Miss Lisa, sorry. Lisa, go ahead. You have
Yeah, will you be doing cooking on premises or is it like eventing? You have it vented?
Yes, Miss Lisa.
Okay, that was my question. Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you, Lisa.
Thank you.
So happy to hear you because you don't have too many questions, right? Are there any other questions for this applicant?
Margarita, Miss Martinez hands was up.
Oh, sorry. Thank you for letting me know. I'm gonna let Miss Margarita go first. Miss Martinez go first, and then you, Miss Margarita, if that's okay with you.
I took my hand down because Adele asked my concerns about the music outside and the loudness of it.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah,
Miss Margarita.
I guess I'm piggybacking on that. My question is there a private house next to you? Any private property next to you? Or any homes next to you, right adjacent to you?
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, because I'm always concerned about neighbors and people and how, their quality of life. So if you're gonna have music outside, you have to really be mindful of that. I'm always concerned about it.
Okay, Miss Margaret, it's gonna be music inside, but it's not gonna be like a big sound system. So it won't be like disturbing the peace, if that makes sense.
Yes, okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Fair enough. All right. Are there any other questions? Hearing none. Did I get everyone's hands, Miss Fraser?
Yes.
I have one more. What about the backyard?
Miss Lisa, your hand is still up. You have another question?
Oh, no, I'm sorry. I'll take my hand down.
Miss Lenosi, Adele hand is up and that's it.
I think Adele has a question about the backyard. Do you have a backyard or no?
No backyard. We don't have one.
Okay, that was your question, right, Adele? Okay.
That's it.
All right, sounds good. All right. I am gonna ask, did anyone join us since I did the roll call? I did see Miss Janelle, Miss Lily here. Yes, anyone? That's a very good restaurant to go support. Lily's on Utica. I could vouch for the food. I don't care if anyone say I'm biased, but yes, she's a member of the Commerce Committee. We need to go support her.
You're not biased. I'm right around the corner. It's very good.
Oh, you
Not
are?
biased.
Okay.
No.
And I want to acknowledge, I see one of our other chairs, Mr. Alfred, on our meeting tonight. I want to say hello to you. Thank you for joining us. Any other Commerce Committee member came in after I did? Yes, I saw your name. I got you.
Miss Bashar, sorry to cut you off. Is there gonna be any meeting tomorrow?
Yes, tomorrow is the general board meeting at Downstate Hospital.
Okay. And what time?
At 7 p.m.
At 7?
7 p.m.
Do I
Correct.
have to attend for tomorrow?
Oh yeah, yes. To all the applicants. Oh, that's you. I was going to get to that in a minute.
Okay.
Thank you for reminding me. To all the applicants, you see, I took 1 month off and I totally forgot the routine. To all applicants that are here tonight, you have to come to the general. I'm quite sure you did receive a letter regarding that. You have to come to the general board meeting tomorrow because our vote tonight is just a recommendation to the general board, and they will make a final vote on this application, whether to send a letter of support to the State Liquor Authority. You must be there tomorrow. If you're not there, we will not vote on your item, okay? On your application. All right, so tonight we are voting on 3 applications. Club Julian, Chase the Flavors, Salsa New York LLC. Do you want me to repeat the addresses?
It's voting on 3 restaurants, Mom. You got it. They voting tomorrow. They voting tomorrow.
Hello. Can we have some order, please? Mute yourself. Okay, I'm going to repeat that again. Club Julian, 971 Rogers Avenue. Chase the Flavor LLC, 510 East 94th Street. Salsa New York LLC, 2912 Beverly Road. Okay. When you vote, you're gonna say yes for all three, no for all three, abstain for all three, or whatever your choice is. Okay. Bear with me because I'm taking roll call records. All right.
I just have a quick question.
Go right ahead.
Are we also voting for Bistro 1804 or no?
No, because we did vote for that 2 months ago at the
Okay,
Commerce
okay.
Committee level, so we're not.
Okay, thank you.
No worries. You're very welcome. Starting with myself, well, I'm about these three application, right? I'm gonna go yes on all three. Adele Bennett,
I'm going to vote yes on all three.
thank you, Adele.
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay, George Tate is not. George, you didn't join us, did you?
Really? All three yeses.
Okay, Marguerite. Adele, we got your vote. Can you mute yourself, please? Margarita Vigilante, how do you vote?
Yes on all three.
Okay, thank you, ma'am. Bree is excused. Sonia Clark, did you join us? No. Alison French Kenton, how do you vote?
Yes on all three.
Okay. Cheryl Sanders, I don't think she joined us. Ozzie Lewis,
Yes to all three.
okay. Simone Sylvester,
Yes to all three.
Ivor Woods,
Yes to all three.
thank you, Mr. Woods. Daniel McCain, I don't think he joined us. Hazel Martinez,
No to 971 and yes to the
Can you
other
call-
two.
can you call the name of the establishment? What's that?
Um,
Club Julian? Okay.
Yes.
No to Club Julian and yes to the other two. Okay. Cecile not here. Tawana?
Tower, right? Yes to all three.
Tower, sorry. Mm-hmm.
Okay, yes to all three.
Okay, thank you. Janelle Howard?
Yes to all three.
Thank you, ma'am. Francis Pell?
Yes to all three.
Thank you, Mr. Pell. Lena Ferguson? Did I say it right this time?
Lena. It's okay.
Lena,
Yes.
sorry.
Yeah. Yes to all three.
Thank you. Lisa?
Yes to all three.
And Everton is not here. Okay, so that's an easy count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. I think there's 13 in attendance. We have, as you know, there's only one no, and all the other applicants are passed. Right? So 13 yes and 12 for Julian. Okay. The floor is open. Are there any unfinished business?
This is Hazel Martinez. I noticed that Island Grove was not on this agenda. And 2 months ago, our community had some complaints, some issues, and wanted some conditions placed on their application. And I'm wondering what has happened. We heard nothing about the meeting that was to transpire.
Well, you sent that letter to and addressed it to the chair of the board, who would be the one who would address that concern. Am I correct? Your letter was addressed to the chair of the board, so I left it
Board
to
members.
his. No, it was addressed to Chair Daly, and I left it up to him to do a meeting if he sure wishes to. I think the applicant came to 2 meetings at the general board, but there was no quorum. I don't know what she decided to do, but I do not see that application on the agenda. So I'm only addressing what's on my agenda. Maybe it's not fair for someone to come to 2 meetings and there's no quorum. Maybe she don't need a letter of recommendation. I don't know, but it's not on my agenda. So I
You
couldn't
told
give
us
you a
that
clear.
you were representing them.
Excuse me?
I think you told us you were they were referred to you.
I said they were referred to me by Mr. Lapierre, correct? But if they're not on the agenda, Ms. Martinez, I cannot give you an answer on something that's not on the agenda.
Well, it's unfinished business as far as, I don't think the community is well represented if it's not, it's not addressed. The issues aren't addressed. And, that seems to go on quite frequently with liquor license applications. And
Well, remember
how these businesses impact our community negatively.
again, like I said, if the person, according to the State Liquor Authority, they're required to submit a 30-day notice to the board. If they do need a letter of recommendation, then the procedures, they come before the Commerce Committee, and then they come before the General Board. Maybe they don't need a letter of recommendation. I don't know. They're not on my agenda, like I said, so I'm not going to call the applicant and ask them why they're not on the agenda. Okay. But if you want your concerns to be addressed, I think you can take it up with the chair of the board because your letter was sent to him.
My letter was sent to the chair, the board members, and the the district manager.
Well, I suggest, I thought I saw it says to the chair of the board, he will have to be the one to address your concerns.
Hello?
All right, well, I see your hands up. Go ahead.
But I want to change my vote. The first one, no. The other two, yes. Just remember something.
Okay. Adele Bennett, hold on. Where are you again?
First one, no. The other two, yes.
Okay, so may the record show 2 noes for Julian's Club. It's Club Julian, 971. All the others are yes.
I had my resolution.
Okay, if there's no other issue, may I have a motion to adjourn the meeting, and may I have a second?
Ms. Bassar, before you go on, what's the
Oh,
address
sorry,
again?
sorry.
The address for tomorrow's meeting.
Ms. Fraser, what's the address? It's Downstate Hospital. Is it 495? Hold on, or 395?
And it's at 7 o'clock.
Didn't you get a letter regarding this, an email?
I'm gonna have to double check. Yeah, I probably did.
Yeah, it's Downstate Hospital in the auditorium, 395, I think. Lennox Road, correct?
That's correct.
Yes, that's correct.
Okay.
395
Thank you very
Lennox
much.
Road.
At 7 p.m., correct. All right?
Okay, thank you.
You're very welcome. If there's no other unfinished, like I said, may I have a motion to adjourn and a second, please?
Make a motion to adjourn the meeting, Marguerite.
Thank you, Margarita. May I have a second, please?
Simone Sylvester seconds the motion.
Thank you. Have a good night, and to the board
Sorry,
members.
Mr. Saab, before you go, this is Julian. Could you call me? I don't know if you still have my number.
Okay, not a problem, sir. Yes.
All right.
Mhm.
Thank you.
Yes, I'll see some of you board members tomorrow. If not, see you next month, everyone. Have a good night, guys. Thank you for
Good night.
attending.
Good night, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Good night.
Good night.